Hello everyone, this is my tutorial for the webpage I created to visualize the data concerning London's 1854 Broad Street cholera outbreak. So this is the visualization that I created. Um, as you can see, there's a map up here, the legend, uh, where the purple dots show the male deaths and the orangish dots show the female deaths, and then the green dots show the pumps. Um, Beneath the map, I have a timeline chart and a dynamic bar chart that shows the distribution of deaths by sex and age. So we'll start off by looking at how the timeline chart interacts with the map up here. So the timeline chart shows has a bar for each of the different days that deaths occurred during the outbreak, where you've got date on the x-axis and deaths on the y-axis. And so if you hover over any one of these bars, you can see all the deaths up to that point that you're hovering show up on the map. So if I'm hovering over August 24th, there was one death that day, but there's been a total of 5 deaths overall. So if you come up here and you count all the dots, you'll count 5 dots. And then from these dots, you can see that 2 of the deaths already have been males and 3 of the deaths have been females. So you can start incrementing from these bars to see, where were your largest concentrations of deaths on the map. Um, so you can see here that the deaths are starting to rapidly increase. And if you look at this day, it's increasing even more. And then this day, the day where the most deaths occurred, 143, there's been 216 deaths overall. You can see that most of the deaths are centralized in this central area along Broad Street. And if we take those deaths away, we can see that there's a pump right here, and that is the Broad Street pump that John Snow was able to determine was the key source of the cholera outbreak. So that's how the timeline chart works. If you go to the very last day, then you can see all of the deaths that occurred. And you can see that there was just so many that happened. But now if we look at the distribution dynamic bar chart, you can see that if we select gender, there's not really a big difference between the male and the female deaths. Now, if we select age, we can see all the deaths from the different age groups. So you can see that ages 0 to 10 and ages 80 and above experience the most deaths. And that seems pretty typical from diseases because kids and the elderly usually have weaker immune systems, so they're more likely to get more severely sick. So that's gender, that's age, and then we have gender and age, which is a grouped bar chart where you can look at by male and female the deaths for each of the different age groups. And kind of like this chart, where there wasn't a big discrepancy between male and females, there also didn't seem to be really a too significant difference between male and females for each of the different individual age groups. So yeah, that's how I decided to visualize this data, and these are the charts that I decided to make. So thank you for listening.